We are back live. We're going to do some reinforcement learning. Let's see. We have some optimizing to do. And we have some fiddling to do. Fiddling with this weird MOBA thing. Let me give this stream a second. I'm going to grab one thing real quick, and then we're going to fix this sweep thing. Really, the only objective I have today is to fix this sweep. We're going to spend like hour and a half on this. Be right back. Okay. I don't know what's up with the YouTube stream thing. It's like indicator on it's weird. Anyways, pretty cool day today. I just noticed that while I was in a meeting, so I said before Pufferlib hit 700. We're at 703 now, which is awesome. And then Neural MMO also. This is the project I've worked on for 7+ years. Broke 500. And actually, if you look at it, all of Neural MMO is 770. So we're actually kind of poised to pass that with just Puffer, which is crazy. Okay. Let's get cracking on this. So, whoops. Move this. Where's our term? Tmox attach. This is Pong. We don't need this. So something weird happened here. Max arg is an empty sequence. Okay. So this is why our sweep has not been working. Ocean. Oh, because it's always 0, right? Yeah. What do we do about that? So I think that the way it works is with carbs, if that's kind of awkward. If your first few runs just return 0 reward, it doesn't keep going, it just crashes. I'm trying to think how we can get around that. Because it has to take towers is the thing. Which I don't even know if we can expect it to take towers. I can't just use reward. I need some dense metric. I mean, I could use reward for now, I guess, right? Normed reward. Yeah. I could do normed reward. It's kind of obnoxious, but I could do it. Let's do that. And we have a weird seg fault in here as well, don't we? So we got to fix that. So that's what we'll do today. We'll finish cleaning this up, these perf tests, and then we'll do the normed reward thing. And that's going to really be the only objective today. I'm pretty tired. Got my shake for the day. Let's start with what the heck happened with this seg fault. I believe that there was some weirdness with these checks, right? Yeah, so let's just disable these checks. And run the profile. Whoops, what's happened here? Oh. And we run the profiler. Segfault. Maybe I can just figure out why it segfaults on my own. Neutrals, creeps, towers, players, right? Let's see where it segfaults. Interesting. Takes a lot of steps to actually segfault. Doesn't segfault immediately. And it's step neutral and then segfault. So right here, step neutrals. Neutral, entity neutral, spawn neutral, 4 times camp plus neut. This is fine. IDX and range num neutrals. I can make this an int. I don't know if that matters. Update status. Okay, this looks fine. I'm going to rebuild it just like this, just in case for some weird reason it needed to know this is an int at compile time. That'd be very odd, but I could see it happening. Nope, still segfaults. Okay. All I did was copy paste the code around a little bit, right? Let me see what's up with that. I'll put this up over here. So I had the neutral AI almost at the top, but not exactly at the top, right? Well, I can go put this at the I can go put this little tiny bit of code somewhere, right? PID in range. Yeah, this can go at the top here. Do I do tick plus equals 1 at the top? Is that really what I did? Hold on. In step. Where's tick get incremented? Tick gets incremented at the bottom before compute obs. PID. Alright, let's see if that changes anything. That fixes it. Just a little bit of weirdness with clearing this player thing, apparently. Entity star player. Build in place. Rerun perf. And we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so now we have a proper timing breakdown. We're going to switch gears from this for a moment since it's stable. In order to make the sweep work. Because we need norm reward, I think. Yeah, we need norm reward. So I'm going to do this the quick way. Just because I don't even know if this is going to be meaningful long term. We're just going to do this quickly. So all I'm going to do is self.norm rewards is going to be zeros num agents like this. And I'm going to pass this to the C environment in a reset. So we've got rewards, buff rewards. Now we add yet another one, which is norm rewards. Okay. And then in step, it's going to be, instead of this total towers taken, we can comment this. We don't need it. We can do infos, norm reward is going to be mean of self.norm rewards. And then here, the metric that we're going to use for the sweep is going to be norm reward. Did I do norm reward or norm rewards? Norm reward. Let's do like this. Norm reward's fine. Let's just leave it. Okay, so we have to add in this norm reward to the environment here. So we're going to do... Oh, did we already have... What's the sum rewards? No, that's different. We need both. So... rewards, sum rewards, C, norm rewards. Then below sum rewards, norm rewards. There you go. And then we have... Where's the sum rewards? Okay, so... self.norm rewards is going to be equal to, not like this, it's going to be reward.death divided by self.reward death. So this is scaling by the magnitude of this weight. Right? So this is not perfect, but what this is going to essentially do is say that if we increase the magnitude of the reward, let's say we double the reward weight, then you have to do twice as well in order to match, right? So let's say that you're typically, like you have an agent that has a reward weight of 0.25 and that agent gets a total reward of 0.5. If you double the weight, then in order to be as good as the previous run, you have to get a reward of 1.0. So that's what we're doing here. So let's see if this works. And the idea here is that the tower reward was very good, but it's very sparse, and carbs need something that it can latch onto earlier. So we'll run demo, mode train, like this. $69K steps per second. Why is it that slow? Okay, very weird that it is that slow. We'll see in a moment, I suppose. I think I have to turn off the profiling maybe. But let's commit all this for now. Add what do we have in setup? And config ocean MOBA. Okay, we're gonna add all this. Okay, so this is now pushed to the server. And where's our server? Right here. Yeah, so this is our server. Welcome. Currently working on getting carb sweep integration. We have that already over the environment, but we're getting carbs to tune the weights of all of the rewards for us as well. So we're just going to make carbs do everything. And I'm getting that to run. I'm doing a little bit of profiling on the end, and then I'm calling it an early evening. That is the plan today. And hopefully by tomorrow I will be rested up enough to be able to do a more full day stream. Though we're gonna have to figure out what to do tomorrow, because it's mostly going to be dependent on experiments on this MOBA project. What else I can do? We'll find something. Welcome, Star Zerg. We're gonna do some cool stuff here. So yeah, because this sweep, the thing that happened here. Oh, this is Bet. That's so funny. What's up, Bet? We're doing cool stuff with carbs. Remember the like, hey, what if we did the reward weightings? We tied those into carbs. Yeah, so I'm doing that with the MOBA right now, which is fun. Build X in place. And let's just run a quick perf test. Yeah, let's run this one. So 20 Ms, 400 Ms maybe. Because that's what we're going to be running, right? 400? I think we lost some performance, right? Yeah, for some reason we're only at 570,000. This should be well over 1 million. So we'll have to debug that. But for now, this is good enough to run some stuff. So, attach. We run the carb sweep. Carbs takes half your compute? No, it doesn't. Carbs takes nothing. Carbs takes like a few seconds per experiment. And now we have norm reward, which should be a non-zero value. It should be very small, but non-zero, I would think. Depends on the weights that this thing sets. This is training at 600,000, by the way, so that's cool to see. Apparently, there are good hyperparam settings for this. So we're going to leave this on the back burn here, and see if we have any cool sweeps. This is the Pong sweep from before. Hasn't really done super great yet. I mean, it will take longer because I added these extra hyperparams that are very sensitive. It's funny that we got this one very early on, though. You'd think that it would keep finding more from here, right? But it hasn't really done that. What else do we have? We'll just let that one keep going. And 5 hours ago, yeah, this is the one that's failed. So, You can see like there are a bajillion runs that'll render up here, but they all kind of just failed. Yeah, there you go. So that's what 500 failed runs looks like. Actually, this whole... can I just delete all these? That would be nice. Yeah, let's just delete 500. Delete. Don't need those. Those are all trash. How did they fail? They failed because I had a zero reward function. So you need to give carbs some amount of reward for the math to work out. Otherwise, it's just going to fail. Something that would be very easily addressable, but in the current implementation, it needs some reward. So this is why like this has some reward here, right? And we should be able to get something out of it. Norm reward, yep. That's decent. We can improve from here. Yeah, there you go. RL without reward. Well, the thing is, like, I was using the number of towers destroyed as it's not the reward that you train on, it's the reward that Carbs uses to pick whether one run is better than another. So I was saying, hey, how many towers were destroyed? But the thing is, early on, it's not going to find good enough hyperparameters to destroy any towers, right? So that was the problem. That works now, though. So we'll keep an eye on this. Trying to think what else I want to do right now. I could do a little bit more profiling on this. I don't know where our perf went though, honestly, because I didn't really do anything that should make it slow. We got to be able to get more perf than we currently have though, right? So we'll look at the perf maybe. Maybe I should just map out loud like what I want to do with this project next. That would be good for me and probably interesting as well. I'm not thinking what so good today. I'm hoping I'm going to be thinking good again tomorrow. Hop in voice chat and talk to Kyung. I just talked to Kyung for like 2 hours, man. We had a meeting. 22 miles. Yeah, I'm pretty burnt from that. I'm actually like not all that sore, but like my like neurologically just burnt. It's crazy. Sometimes your mind is more sore from the exercise than your body. It's nutty. Um, I still hit a 260 bench today though, so I was proud of that. So let me map out this project, what I want to do with it. So the goal is to get this MOBA to a place where like the rest of it is going to be fairly automated and it's going to be like run a sweep of 300 experiments, get result, make change based on that, and then run another sweep. So it's pretty automatic, so I can like move on with this. But there are some things that need to be done with the env. I need to integrate the skill system. I need to change up the movement. I need to change up the targeting. These things are roughly dependent on whether the network is learning well or not. I need to potentially do some game balance stuff. And then based on feedback from viewers, Twitter, etc., I may add some additional features. I'm also going to make like the gameplay kind of fun, maybe add a little bit better graphics. That's kind of the scope of what I have planned out. Is running and lifting an Olympic sport yet? It's several Olympic sports. Not all in one though. There is not a I don't think that there is a sport that combines like, low like single rep max strength and high endurance long like over hours. I don't think there is one. Oh. Okay, so here we have this is running sweeps. These experiments are getting non-zero rewards, so they should continue. We'll see whether or not they discover anything interesting. I do see that from the other one, the Pong one, it looks like it's going to take a lot of time if it is going to work, because like there are just a lot of additional hyperparameters, right? It hasn't really figured out this repeat action thing yet. And it hasn't figured out frame skip either. So I think it just takes a lot of runs. Maybe makes an argument for fixing certain hyperparameters to speed it up. Not sure. Yeah, fix some of the params. I could, but I don't know what to fix them to. I don't know if it's... The thing is, I'm going to be more confident doing that. Like, this is why I want to do all this large-scale work. Let's say that I have, like, 5 different environments, right? And they are varying complexities, varying tasks, all these things. And then I run, like, 500 experiment sweeps on all of them, right? And I do well on all the tasks. And then on all of them, you know, the clip coefficient is always roughly 0.1, and it's not that sensitive. Then I'll fix it, right? But until I have that concrete, hard evidence, like more so than the whole rest of the field has put together, I don't want to do it. And I'll just let the experiments run for a little longer. That's how I'm looking at this. What does your title mean? Well, I'm currently doing hyperparameter sweeps, so I'm finding the optimal settings for various different parameters of this training run. The environment that I'm using, the environment that I'm training on, is basically miniature-DoTA. I'll show that. I have a GIF on my Twitter. Let me see. Yeah, so this is like miniature-DoTA. Here you have creep waves, here you have towers. The graphics aren't great yet. You have abilities and whatnot, and if you look at it at a high level, it kind of looks like DoTA, right? Here are the creep waves, they fight. It's really fast. It runs at like 1,000,000 steps per second. And I am currently trying to make this into a usable reinforcement learning environment. This is what we're doing at the moment. Lots of details on this on my Twitter. I also recently, so I wrote this article today, or I published this article today. The hyperparameter tuning method we're using right now is really, really good. So I made this synthetic experiment that's unfair to carbs, and carbs still did way better than everything else. Other ML architectures like GANs and diffusions could be significantly speeded up too. Very different problem. The architectures there are GPU saturated already. The problem with RL is that you have this big stack of CPU infrastructure that until now has been really inefficient. So my big thing has been making that side very fast so that you can saturate GPU. And there's still a ways to go on that. But no, it's a totally different game when you're looking at like bigger models that are just loading data from disk. A lot of the performance work there is around like multi-node scaling and whatnot. Okay, though, so we have our env. I want to get like a decent perf test on this. So let's do like, so don't ever report back. Do one environment. What happens if I do this? I just want to see like where I'm losing perf. Okay, so I get 420,000 steps per second, which is not that far off of where I need to be, because this is the slow machine, the fast machine is twice as fast as this at least. So we're pretty close. I am about to profile with standard profiling. Right, like this. I'm going to turn profile as true. Turn the compile settings. MOBA RL is so sick. Learned a bit of RLQ learning in my intro ML class. Doing RL in environments that seem this complex is mind-blowing. Yeah, this is. It is like that. Like, this is... You don't see this in research. Like, you see this in the big industry labs. But we're bringing it to small-scale research. And it's going to be really, really fast. And it's just a matter of making a really good sim. I don't know if you've been following this project, but this did not exist 2 weeks ago. This is like a 2-week-old project. This is it is complex, bet. The strategy space, you're going to be surprised. The strategy space of this game is going to be very complicated. It's not going to be as complicated as full Dota, but it's going to blow like most academic environments out of the water. You got to realize that like the standard for academic training is Atari and ProcGen and stuff. They're simple arcade games. This is way more complicated than simple arcade games. It's also way faster, right? Time it takes, like, compute that it's required to train is a very bad proxy for how complicated your env is, because like that's just favoring envs that are really poorly implemented. Okay, so this is our profile. This is what's required in order to make this type of stuff fast, right? I've done lit review. 2 of 5. It's out there's Grim. Fun rereading Dota, StarCraft 2, Atari. If you just read the full Dota paper, you kind of know most of the stuff in RL. Just nobody bothers to do it. It's a really good paper. So, what the heck happened to my profile? What? Oh, it's ordered by total time. Okay, this is fine. So, compute observations is slow. Where's CMOBA step? Dota 2. Yes, that paper. Read that paper. That is the best paper. There's a blog post. That's the OpenAI 5 result if you haven't seen it. It's like, it's just the coolest thing. Okay, so here's the function right here. So we only lose, yeah, OpenAI 5 is that they called their bot. You're only losing about a second of perf in Python land because, yeah, and then this function here doesn't have very much overhead. So then we get from here into step, which is here. The step function actually, yeah, the step function has that's a surprising amount of overhead. I guess this is function call overhead. This is just like the Python function call overhead. And then step towers looks fast. Step players looks fast. Step is fast. How the heck is there 0.7 seconds in here. I guess then we get into like the neutral AI and the creep AI. Which, what if we comment these? Yeah, let's take this this Scython profile. Let's put this profile decorator here. Let's actually, we're going to put this like everywhere except the top level functions so we can be sure we're profiling what we think we're profiling. We're going to put this here. We're going to put this here. All right, we're going to just put this freaking everywhere. I should actually probably take the time to figure out how to do this the opposite way, right? So I just enable profiling for the functions I want instead of disabling it. Let me think how I do that. I think if I do like false here and then profile. Nope, that doesn't work. I have to do it this way. You can't do it the other way. You have to just put it on every function. It's annoying. Because otherwise you have to change it. Click on that profile. Okay, these are all decorated. So I want to just profile the top three. Like step players, step towers, step creeps, step neutrals, and everything else is like whatever. So these skills need to be profiled. I really just want to know the distribution of time that is spent in the various different routines, as well as in compute observations. Those are like the top 5 functions, I believe. Okay, so that should be a whole bunch of functional call overhead removed. And then it's compute. Yeah, this is good. Compute observations. Perfect. We rebuild. Ooh, that gives you a very different picture, doesn't it? Step creeps is 4 seconds. This creep step is surprisingly slow. They're not that many of them, right? Whoops. And then there's compute observations as well, which is expected to be slow, but not that slow. Okay, so step neutrals has neutral AI, right? And then weird. This tick here is fine. If the scan target is not null, then you get the nearest scan target. Otherwise, why would this be slow? What happens if I do this? What happens if I just make them scan really, really infrequently? Does that crash the compute time? I just want to see if the compute is taken by scan or not. Trying to link the StarCraft 2 paper. Yeah, the preprint is what you want. Okay, interesting that this step creeps function is not really dependent on the scan. I was thinking that it would be the scan time, but it's really not. So this is not it. So then what's the issue? You exclude friendly, exclude neutrals. Okay, so what if we just make it pathing, right? Now we see if it's the targeting, the nearest like target bullshit, or if it's the pathing that's slow. I always tell people that are trying to like do RL and really get a sense of like the high level is just to go read their like 4 papers you gotta read. You read the DoTA one, you read the AlphaStar one, you read the emergent tool use one from OpenAI, and then you read the capture the flag one from DeepMind. And that gives you the lay of the land. I mean, it shows you what's possible with RL. And it shows you that a lot of the time it can be very simple. So that cut like a second off of the inference time. That cut like a second off of inference. So that means this has got to be kind of slow, right? Near scan targets. This is really cool. I'd like to find this. I'd like to find this slow. Oh, I need to run literally. Okay. Go run. Get some exercise is good for you. Is it really this nearest scan target function? mean, I could see this being slow, right? Really, though, is it? If it's null, you break. It seems like this function would be pretty fast, no? Unless I messed up somewhere else. Yeah, this looks fine. All these allocations are a little obnoxious, right? But again, this only applies if you know that there's, if you have a target nearby, right? If you don't scan anything, you shouldn't see anything. Ugh. It only cuts off a second. Which is weird because, like, if you think about it, how many neutrals are there, right? Aren't there, like, as many neutrals as there are creeps, maybe? So you have, like, 2 waves of them active. It should be about the same, but it takes, like, 3 times the amount of compute. How's the neutral AI look by comparison? It scans. If it's null, so there are just 2 checks here, I guess, and then nothing happens. I guess it's this move towards, right? What happens if I comment this instead, right? Is this what happens then? Whoops. Maybe it's the move function. It's really hard to profile this crap because, like, you get the function call overhead of the profiler, which with so many function calls can actually outweigh everything. I didn't mean to call train. I meant to do this. This is actually going to screw it up, come to think of it, because the agents aren't going to die. Yeah, so there's 4 seconds still because they don't die. Actually, it comes to my attention that, like... Hold on. Move towards. Num creeps. Creep.pid is equal to -1. Do you actually... What happens when you kill these things? Pid's equal to -1. Oh, that would screw stuff up, wouldn't it? Do you set the PID from this? Oh, you don't even set your PID here, do you? How's it work then? Wait. Respawn creep. How does this work? This should not work, right? I think I found a big bug in the way that I'm handling this. So I think that the way they're getting killed, they can't be respawned. Though that's not what I'm seeing, which is very weird. Let's see eval dash dash render raylib maybe. What happens when I do this, right? Okay, so these guys are stuck there because I didn't recompile. That's fine. And I totally forgot to message a guy. He didn't reply anyways. That's okay. Okay, so wave 1 annihilates, right? Wave 2 annihilates. Wave 3 annihilates. Wave 4. Wave 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. I think it should be dead by now. 13. Okay, yeah, there's no way that it runs for this long without screwing. So I'm misinterpreting this somehow. Okay, so you do get creep, and if its PID is -1, you continue. But then you do self.creep AI. What happens when you do like attack? If it's a tower or a creep or a neutral, you call kill on it, right? Kill sets the PID to -1. So when you do spawn creep, is it setting the PID to not be -1 somewhere? Oh yeah, here it is. No, but when you respawn the creep, you don't. Wait, what? Are you calling spawn creep or respawn creep? To do respawn creeps. I see. So it's because I'm calling this inefficient spawn here that it actually works. Interesting. So this means that it should actually be pruning out the bad ones, right? So that already works. It's already pruning out the bad creeps that aren't actually there. So there's no efficiency saving there, unfortunately, though I can get some efficiency saving in the respawn function. If I fix that. Where's the neutrals? So I'm not using the respawn functions at the moment. The respawn functions are faster. Oh, there isn't a respawn neutral. That's fine. So this is fine. I'm going to call this respawn neutral. That's really what this is. Still doesn't answer why the creep AI takes so long. Right? Move towards... A lot of declarations here. Move towards, and then we get, this gives move to. There are lots of, like, redeclarations of crap, aren't there? Like these additional casts and stuff. These local variables. Player. So maybe some optimization there. It's funny that there's really not that much, though, for me to get at. I mean, the other big source is the compute observations, right? It's saying that this is slow. What if I just do this? How much faster does it think this is? If I just recompile like that. So it says 8.1 seconds of this is just compute observations. How much faster is it now? Not any faster. Not any faster. Okay, well, I almost want to say good because it'd be kind of weird otherwise. Observations map. Which portion of this would you think would be slow, right? I would think it would be this loop right here. I could be wrong, though. The reason I'm profiling it this way, instead of, like, breaking it out into functions, is I don't want to measure function call overhead. Eight 8.7. 6.8. 2 seconds. Really? Only 2 seconds? I would think this would be the most expensive part. This is the loop. So wait, 6.8 is in here. Where the heck is the compute loss then? Is it this? Is it this thing? Coming from somewhere. Mm-mm. 7.0 from 8.6 it was before. So 8.7. 2 seconds of this go into the big loop. Another 2 seconds of this go into the, or a second and a half of this goes into the slice. But then when we ran it up here, really? It's kind of weird. Is this thing right here the thing that's taking forever, the zeroing? I mean, it could be that this 0 is just super slow, right? Zeroing arrays really bad. I might not have to zero them if I'm careful. Let's see. 7.6. That saves a second. That's like substantial, but not... Where the heck is all the cost coming from then? I thought it wasn't from here. Like if I do this, how much cost do I have left? Welcome, JBL. We're doing some optimization. Making the end faster. 5 point... What in the hell? Oh, I'm dumb. I'm really dumb. Hold on. No, I'm not. Okay, here it's 3.9. It's still 3.9 seconds? What? Dude, how is this taking 3.9 seconds? If I do this, what happens? And then we're going to check on the other fun thing while we wait for this to run. Okay, so I had a new article today, JBL. It's pretty cool. Shows that carbs is really, really good. It's doing okay so far. What else do we do? Sweeps. Anything on this one? This is the Pong sweep. Not yet. It's going to take it a while, it looks like. This is not particularly promising. What happened? Huh? This should not have happened. This should have been stable. Generate max is an empty sequence. It doesn't make sense to me. Max of an empty sequence. Get Pareto groups conservative. That's really weird. That's very weird. I mean, like... Does this do it if I just, like, increase? I don't know. I'm gonna let this run for a while. That's freaking weird. We're gonna go back to this dev. So... It says that compute observations is now... Okay, it's ultra fast. So... 3.9 seconds... 3 seconds... 3.8 seconds is coming from... the single slice. And then the rest of it's coming from the other portion. Okay. What can I do about this? Like... Observation maps is... I can't batch this somehow, can I? No, I can't batch this. This call right here. Oh, wait, can I do... I have an idea. So right here, this slice... dx, dy. Why do I have dx and dy again? This is bad, right? I want y and x. Have you ever looked into Neo? This is NeoVim. I'm editing in it right now. Okay, so there are a few things to optimize in this loop. Oh, it looks like stock Vim. Well, it's got a total of 2 plugins. It's pretty lightweight. I've got Super Maven for code complete and Semshi for some extra syntax highlights. That's it. I run things pretty minimal. The only other thing in the config is the custom color scheme. Native LSP. Is it great for Python? It was a pain in the ass when I was trying to get that to work, and I just gave up and used Super Maven. Python's not strongly typed, right? It's harder for LSP to do stuff. I have it set up for Python and it's pretty good. I mean, if you link it, I will check it out at some point for sure. This is XX. So get the target. YY. Okay, so we've got Y, X. We can get rid of this crap. We no longer need R and C, I believe. So we're gonna start with this. We'll see what happens when I run this. Mine is pretty convoluted. Yeah. Mine is in the I have mine on the repo. But like, you know the NeoVim meme of like, yeah, like like you just editing your config forever. I don't do that. I have a pretty minimal setup and it works quite nicely. So I'm pretty I try not to be too distracted by bells and whistles. Super Maven's really good though. Pretty much the only fluff that I allowed myself was doing my own color scheme. So I got bored one day. And it's nice. I like it. It substantially improves the enjoyability of doing this. Segfault. Yeah. Interesting that it segfaults after it runs. 7.4 on compute observations is about what it was before. How the heck does it segfault? Y, X, PID map. Wait, what? Did I put these out of order? This should be there, right? Yeah. Definitely was the meme. Just kind of stopped. Yeah. I mean, that's what happens, like, config. Here's the plugin section. That's it. It's got like the basic tab expand. I don't even think I use any of this. I definitely don't use any of this. And then, yeah, the color scheme. And that's all that's in here. Couple Semshi highlights. Same as the color scheme. That's it. This is just like copy pasted from an existing color scheme and then changed all the colors. I ran a default no plugins Vim for like 7 years. Like the whole time I was using Vim, like I never messed with the plugins. Just jammed Vim. It was all Vim script. Yeah. It's compatible. You can load the Lua plugins from Vimscript. It's fine. It works. Segfault. Why is it Segfault? Ooh, that actually took a bunch of time off of this. That's nice. But why is it Segfault? That's kind of weird, isn't it? That it returns after Segfault. It returns and then Segfaults. Why is that? How do we get Segfaults? Is my question. Did I mess up the indexing? Let's just undo this for the sake of it, right? Maybe there's something weird. Now compute observations back to being slower. I'm very confused how I'm segfaulting. What if I just don't call this? Does it still segfault? It's actually funny how if you think about it, this sim runs at way more than million. This like runs at many millions of steps per second without the observation computation. Hmm. Yeah, that runs really fast, doesn't it? Wait, that says 200. That's not right. So it doesn't segfault unless you compute observations. So how the hell is this segfault, right? Target pit is -1. Continue. Unsigned char. Have you looked into adapting continuous/meta RL environments? Regular torch ones are pretty bad. Only good jack space stuff is like Xland mini grid. Yeah. Xland mini grid I could probably do really fast in this quite quickly. What I really need to know is like I need like researcher demand on this, right? Like basically if you told me like, hey, look, here's an environment that I know I could write it millions of steps per second and it would take me a week. If I know like, yeah, 100 researchers are going to go use that in their next paper, then I will just do it. I'll do it immediately, right? It's just hard to know which environments people are actually caring about at the moment. And like with everybody just trying to do shit in Jax for some reason, it makes it pretty obnoxious to like to figure that stuff out. Because, like, if the env is already in Jax, then that's fine. Like, nobody really cares about the fact that I could implement it, like, faster and easier in Python. It's really, like, the point of all the stuff I do at the moment is, like, I can make more M's, more complex M's, and I can make them faster and better than in Jax. But like the difference between Jax and everything else that's out there is already so big, right? Are there other here, let me put it a different way, right? Are there other environments out there that are like really good that just need to be fast that are not already in Jax? Jelly bean world. Is this going to be like a Ligma or something when I look it up? No, this is actually a real environment. What the heck is this? What does the environment look like? What is this? Never-ending learning. Okay. That's a really big claim. This is a Ken Stanley? This is not a Ken Stanley. Two-dimensional grid world which are filled with items. Manages the infinite world. Visualizer. Asynchronous simulation. Non-final patches that need to be sampled to avoid boundary effects. Visual fields. What? This is 2020? Do people use this? Not really. Wait, where's the paper? Do you see citations? This does not seem like it would be useful for me to port though. If people aren't like, if this is not something that people are super interested in, right? If it's in C, it's probably good. Yeah, it's already in C++. It's probably already fast. Python's not going to be faster than C++, just like by itself. They'd have to have done something wrong. It's crazy that they did like something this big and that like I've never seen it. This is probably why, too much configuration and stuff. But it looks fairly nice. His server. Other client. This is actually very well done, it looks to me. Nobody's used this? That's nuts. I mean, they're like, their repo doesn't have any GIFs, like any graphics is the thing. So like they released this with like no graphics. This could have been really nice. Well, this is why. This is a stupid fucking comment here. This is like a really stupid comment. But this is like the opinion of a lot of academia. Like no gravity, no stacking, no like most of this applies to RuneScape. Like, RuneScape doesn't have gravity. Can't really stack things. I guess you can have items dropped on the same tile. There isn't really occlusion. I don't know what this means, but not really. Different size, no. Different, no. Like, no, 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 no. Sure, I guess there's, so, like, RuneScaper is more complicated than anything that we've seen here, and is, like, guaranteed to be an open-ended environment. It's a freaking MMO. This is how the research community treats, like, really good work, apparently. They all want robotics? Yeah, and they're dumb for it. Because the robotic sims are slow. So if you want to do robotics, then yeah, you can have robotic sims. But to say, like, the only M's that are good are robotic sims is just stupid. Like, the stuff that the high level, like, the cognitive load of play of, like, a complicated game is way bigger than the cognitive load of physical manipulation, and it's not even close. That's what happens. Robotics is with those for infinite compute. Well, isn't that funny? Because academics have zero compute. It's very sad to see that type of a thing that, like, I don't know. You gotta just ignore it. I'm out of academia. I build cool stuff, whatever. That's like a really sad reaction to a good project. I didn't even see that in 2020 is how niche that was. I guess they didn't, like, promote it properly. They didn't, like, I usually see most of the the big RL environments. I didn't see that one at all. And that actually looks like, of all the projects I've seen, that actually looks pretty well developed. Continual RL is just very niche. I mean, if it's a cool environment, it's a cool environment, right? You can use it for stuff. I think that they would have got it. Like, honestly, that looks like if it were if that's something that's fast and, like, relatively easy to use, um, then the only reason that didn't catch on is that they didn't put any freaking graphics. Like, if they'd put, like, a big GIF with a bunch of graphics, it would have worked. Speaking of which, I should probably do that for Puffer, huh? Uh, PID map Y and X. I really would like to just fix this freaking seg fault. Make, like, this little speed optimization and go to bed. That would be great. Or grab dinner and go to bed. I'm exhausted. Why the hell is this seg faulting? PID Y X. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. Yeah, I'm stupid. DY, DX, D, D, D. Stupid. Oh, well, I ran the wrong function. That's fine. Let's run this. The seg fault. Continual RL is really nice, though. It's very poorly defined, right? Is that better than a seg fault? Double free or corruption? How did I manage to do all this? It's supposed to be +1, right? +1. I don't think that solves any. Rebuild. I want to just do my one optimization that I know should do something. I'm going to go get the original implementation. This is annoying me. It's pretty mathematical. It really isn't. Continual RL is just like, how do we make something that continues to learn across episode bounds? Like, there's a formulation of continual RL where you literally all you do is you just don't reset the LSTM state between episodes, and there you go, continual RL. And not mathematical at all. It doesn't have to be, at least. Where is it? Do I have it in like a Python somewhere? No? Oh, here it is. Negative vision range. Y plus dy. X plus dx. I don't know why I would do target get entity here. This thing doesn't segfault? Really? I don't believe that. I mean, I'll do it. Let me just copy this. Actually, I'm going to get it from the source so it doesn't paste weird. I'm going to just get the source. I'm going to make my optimization and we're going to get it done. Bufferlib. Environments. Ocean. Dude. Let's see. Jeez. Okay, let's grab this simple and hope it pastes reasonably. What do you think the odds are this pastes correctly? Really? Okay, what did I change? R, C, X, Y. Didn't change this. Didn't change that. dy, dx. I didn't change anything. right? Oh, yeah, I did. I'm dumb. Okay. Okay, so let's fix this up. Let's minimize variables and bullshit, and then we'll just be done. I have at least one good optimization today. Compute obs. Okay, perfect. No seg fault. So 6.9 seconds right now. 6.9, right? So I need... Do I need to do that? Not what I want to do. Self.grid. RC. Okay, and we just comment out this. So essentially, instead of doing this big copy here, we're going to do it in the loop since we have to do a loop anyways. We want to see how that does. And you forgot this is right here. This needs to be R, C, R, C, R, C. Does it save anything? It's slower? No way. No way, man. How's it gonna be slower? Seriously? Oh, shoot. Slice is not as fast as I was hoping. So I guess we leave this slice in up here. Still got one good optimization. Yeah, we can reuse XX here. Still gets it wrong. It's funny. So this target is actually of significant optimization then. Unsigned char. Do I need to do this anymore? I still do, right? Because the observation map needs to get cleared. I don't need to clear observations extras, do I? I think I'm pretty safe to not clear this. I'm not positive, though. Alright, so what's the final perf if I do it this way? We still saved some seconds. Just by realizing that we had this entity call wrong. I can get rid of this variable as well. I don't need it. And reward. Put this. Okay. How fast is it? Seven seconds still. And compute observations. And what do we say this is? Why does it say 176 million? I know that's not the case. Test performance 20. Oh, because it's multiplied by like 400. Okay. And Let's take profile off. See if we got anything out of this little profiling session. We did add more stuff to compute obs. Oh, well, that's way better, isn't it? Yeah, that's way better. Okay, that was actually a substantial improvement, it looks like. But that's going to be over 1 million. And then if I do, like, what, 100 Ms or something, it should be more. Interesting that that's slower. Should be faster. This is maybe where we have to do the spawning functions and stuff. We'll optimize that tomorrow. I'm tired for now. Let me commit this stuff. And what happens over here? Did this do anything? No? Really? That's obnoxious. The hell, where are we? Ten. Do I have data, like, why the heck this keeps failing? I mean, it seems reasonable. I don't know why it keeps failing. Yeah, this. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Are we just not passing rewards correctly? Is that what's going on? Wish this article could have done better, but good day overall. Let me think what I can do here. I'm trying to think why this would be so screwy. So, like, there could just be something fundamentally wrong here, right? We have some parameters here. These are nutty parameters, but we can try them. And 5. Let's try this. Oops. How many time steps? 500K. Do like 150. Do we get increase in reward? Is this thing actually communicating reward? Hold on. I think we might have screwed this up. You give buff rewards here, right? And then we return buff.rewards. Buff.rewards here. And does this actually get set if I do self.buff.rewards? Some rewards, right? Rewards and some rewards. Some rewards is going to be set to 0 here. And then it gets set get reward of PID. PID is correct, right? If it's stunned, it doesn't get reward. That's fine. Death plus XP plus distance plus tower. This looks like this should be correct. So what's in rewards? Let's see if they're the same. That looks correct. Yeah, it's getting reward. It's weird that that actually works. But this is not getting better. That was happening. I actually got some XP. It's very weird. And then the fact that the norm reward is low as well. Where's the norm reward? How the heck is this lower? 006, 0002. No, that doesn't make sense, right? That does not make sense. Unless the death reward is like... XP distance over reward distance. Yeah, that just does not make sense. I guess because it's positive and negative is why. The mean is low. Yeah. So this should actually be going up then very easily as soon as this this trains a little bit. Why isn't it training a little bit? That's like... It's very weird. We have a decent number of M's? Like what? It's a joke? $200 M's? Looked at new flax NNX. Aim to address some of the problems you had with jacks. Nope. Not wasting my time with it until the thing is more reasonable. I mean, the whole ecosystem is freaking cursed. I couldn't even get the thing to install correctly. Installing installing the next minor bug fix, like, you know, 0 point whatever, 0.42 versus 4.1 was breaking stuff. Like, I don't know what the heck is wrong with that ecosystem. This is a really weird set of hyperparameters. Where did I get these from? Do I have like an old sweep or something? Oh, it can't be 2 weeks ago. No, not this one. Is this it? Was this one good? Yeah, this one looks like it was good, right? Tower. What are the params on this? Okay, so this is where I got the params from, right? See, so I had 4 update epochs. Yeah, so this is where I had it from. Clip coefficient. Yeah, I copied these exactly. And this is not learning anymore? Is that what's going on here? Or distance. 0.05, I think it was. That this should be optimizing then, right? Shit. So this was actually the right set of hypers. Oh, 01. Is this not optimized with the current set of hypers? I mean, I messed with the way a bunch of the rewards were communicated, right? Probably broke something. Is this really not optimized? 001? Is this curve going up at all? Like, this should be... This should be the same set of params that I had before. So weird. What did I change? Oh yeah, so like this reward here is a mean over buffer reward. So this means that this has to be correct. This is actually the reward that we're getting out of the environment, right? Wait, if this is self.buff.rewards. I called it some rewards here. And then I clear it here. And I go through these PIDs. And I do... And here. Looks good to me. I must have broken something different. I don't know what. Rent. Buff. Just put this here. And I will run it. Last thing I'm gonna do, I gotta just go like I'm getting tired. Human mode eval. Yeah, I get reward. Wait, what? Why is this negative? The fuck? Reward's negative. Huh? Well, there's your problem. Player.team. Wait, PID in. Rewards are backwards. Player.pid. Print. Team. Okay, well, I found the bug. I just have to fix it, and then I can go to bed. Whatever. It'd be good, actually. I can push another 20 minutes. Just to get the sweep running. That'll just help a lot. Team 0. Let me see where it thinks the ancient is. So this is actually correct. I think it's just the tower indexing is my guess. So that's all I did. I broke one small thing. I'm guessing it's the tower indexing. I'm going to double check. Be easier for me to check it here. Yeah, I know exactly, actually. But I'm going to just double check to be sure. And then we'll see whether the carb sweep runs or not. But I should at least be able to train shit. Ugh. Okay, this is towards, right? Yeah, okay, this is it. This is the ancient right there. So somehow they're flipped. Tower. Where are the spawn towers? Get tower. I guess they're just flipped. Right? And towers. NPC Dota tower. Yeah. So I should probably get the indices so they're not hard coded. And it doesn't happen. I bet you though it should just be the other way around, right? Here, we'll just do print cdef entity tower. Let's get tower tower.team print tier tower print print. I just want to make sure I have the ancient right. Expected. I want to just make sure I have the indices right. Okay, so 23 is a tier 5. And 22 is team 1's tier 5. So they're just backwards. Cool. Exactly what I expected. This is 22. This is 23. Just flip them. Cool. Have you read up on OpenAI's Dota 2? Yep. It's my favorite paper. How does your reward function differ from their? It's a bit simpler. It has a few components that are taken from their reward. I'll show it to you in a second. Make sure this compiles. So the components of the reward I have a death penalty of a -1. I have an XP penalty that's roughly scaled to what theirs is. I've got a distance penalty that's a go towards the enemy ancient. They don't have that one. This is like a debug one because it's easier early in learning. And then I've got a reward for destroying towers that's based off of theirs. Let's see if this works. Okay, so... Okay, good. Now this reward looks correct. Cool. And we can train this. I'm just going to make sure that this repros, and then I'm going to see if I can just run the sweep and go to bed. Good catch for the day, though. A little bit of perf optimization, right? A little bit of sweep stuff. A few nice things done today. Not a ton, but a few nice things got done. Oh, and then this thing just changed slowly because you're doing 4 update epochs, which is fine. It'll be faster when it finds a better setting. If this still doesn't work, I'm gonna flip. Dire level. Well, I see that they actually leveled. Let it run a little bit. I'm happy with this. Twitter has been slow, though, the last couple weeks. I don't know. Last week, I'd say. It's 7:04, dang. The original. Is this not gonna work? So reward XP is going up. They seem to be doing stuff, which is good. Oh, maybe it takes off now. Maybe it just took a second. It makes sense. Oh, they're taking towers. Yeah, we're good. If they're taking towers, we're good. I'm gonna let this run for just a couple minutes and chill here. Make sure it's good and then run the sweep. That's good to know, though. That's why the sweep didn't work before. It's because we had the distance reward backwards from the new update. It's a very good reason for that to be wrong. There we go. Reward goes back up. Takes a little dip and goes back up. All right, I'm happy enough with that to just start the sweep. Because if they're taking towers, then they're doing the right thing. Do I want to do norm reward? This. Or do I want to do reward tower? What does normalized reward look like? Kind of sketchy, to be honest. But then this is going to be really sparse. We'll see what happens. I'll leave it on norm reward for now. Let's see if it works. Is there a time steps thing in here? 100K to 100 million to 10 million. That's fine. Oh, I'm on the wrong machine, aren't I? That's obnoxious. What the heck machine was I on? This one? I don't know what's going on, but I'm just gonna use this machine and run it on it. And MOBA. Carb sweep. There, cool. How'd the other sweeps go? 5 seconds. New MOBA sweep, very good. Pong sweep. 7 hours ago. Where's the Pong sweep from today? Is this it? Interesting that this is not going up. This is very weird. This one seems to just do better. Oh, okay, I see. So, is it like exploring over here or something? This is the Pareto front. We'll let it cook for a while. Yeah, okay. Reasonable curves. Actually, that level is very fast. Perfect. I think we're set. I think we are set. I think I just leave this. I'm going to call it for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have rested up a bit. And I'll think of some cool stuff to do. I'm going to go get some food and get some rest. Good night.